The typical behaviours of people who lead inclusively are that they are really open to both being challenged and to challenging inappropriate behaviour. Being able to challenge means you need to be brave.
You need to understand that how you view the world isn't how everybody views the world, and you got to be able to see things from other people's perspective.
Being an inclusive leader means that you really have to think about what you're doing and how you impact on others. You have to think about your decisions and really challenge yourself to make sure that you're making all of your decisions based on merit and objective criteria. Because as leaders, we are always being watched. And so what we do and what we say and how they impact on people is really, really important.
You have to be open. You have to be prepared to listen to the questions that sometimes, you know, the awkward, the PC, correct questions. I think you have to just sit and listen to questions and respect people, give people time.
You have to really understand the motivations of the people you work with and what are the things that you can draw out of them that make them perform their best. And also, what do you have to understand about yourself that you may have to adapt?
Always, I think, get feedback from others about how you're doing.
You have to be able to admit when you're wrong. You have to encourage people to come forward. You have to encourage development in other people and yourselves.
So that means that you might listen for the quietest voice in the room. So if you're in a meeting and not everybody's contributing, pay attention to that and check that the person who hasn't spoken has an opportunity to contribute to the conversation. And if not in that environment, then you seek them out afterwards.
It is very important to be authentic, to try and be as much of yourself as you can be in the work situation.
The benefits of having inclusive leaders in the workplace means people can come to work and they can truly be themselves and feel comfortable, and as a result you get the best out of people.
Well, as a client, it's really important that improvements are made to the way that we lead people inclusively. There are some very simple reasons for it. If we look at what's happened over the last 20 years, the industry hasn't done much to change. And what has the talent said to that? They've said, no, thank you. So look at legal, look at finance, look at media. They have thousands more trainees than they have jobs for. And then look at infrastructure. And we actually have thousands more jobs coming up than we have people interested.
How can leaders develop themselves to become more inclusive? It's a very, very challenging question, that. I think what you've got to do is you've got to understand the people around you. You have to be able to sit in their shoes and talk in their language. I think that the most important thing is to understand that everybody has a story.
You cannot change who you are as a human being. If you're not particularly smiley and outgoing, you've got to recognize that about yourself and develop some skills to help you.
Inclusive development is very much look inside yourself, look at your unconscious bias. I've started that journey myself through unconscious bias training. I found that very enlightening.